want to know who actually can make the playoffs and who can actually win the whole thing based off of only historical stats? Well, that is what the CFP index is for. And I did this series all last year, and guess what? 4 teams that made the playoffs were in the playoff tier, and the only one of those 4 that was in the national championship tier won the national championship. If you would have tailed the index, you would have won a lot of money. And we're back at it with this year. Now, the rules have changed a bit, and because it's so research driven, I want to give a shout out to Mark, because he took it upon himself to find all the stats, and it is a lot. Now, I know this looks like a lot, but let me explain. There are 2 tiers, national championship tier and the playoff tier. If you're in the national championship tier, you're automatically in the playoff tier. Let's go over the playoff tier first. There are 3 ways to be in it: heavy offense, heavy defense, and just all around. It's pretty self-explanatory, but for an example of the heavy offense, you have to be top 10 offensive points per game rank, and then top 75 defensive points per game rank. The defense is the inverse, and the all around is the top 45 offensive points per game rank and top 60 defensive points per game rank. The same thing kind of goes with the national championship tier, but just pushed closer together, as you can compare the defense and the defense here, where it's 35 and 5, and the all around is top 20 on the offense and top 15 on the defense. Now, there is this thing we call unicorn. It's if you're in the top 5 for both, and that doesn't technically mean anything, but it basically means you have a higher chance of winning it all. Again, if you're confused, just read the labels. Now let's go look and see where it all sits out. So here is your playoff tier. As you can see below, I put down some teams that don't make it, that are either close or big brand. You got the heavy offense on the left and the heavy defense on the right and all around in the middle. They theoretically don't mean anything different, just a way to qualify for the playoff tier. Now we go to the championship tier. Again, we got the offense, the defense, the all around is down there with Indiana and Alabama, and these 3 teams are your unicorn. So as of today, you could say that those 3 teams have the highest chance of winning it all. This is what it all looks like together. Again, if you're upset with these parameters, it's literally just research and historical data, and people were doubting it last year, and it ended up being 100% correct.